right, and welcome back to the We Is Smart podcast with myself, B-Dub.
Tommy K.
And Dr. Lib.
And we're back for another fun-filled, talk-filled, music-filled, because we seem to be on this music trip, which I love these music topics. I don't know if I'm hoping you guys do as well. Mm-hmm. I enjoy talking about a lot of them. For the most part. So
I wasn't trying to sound, I was trying to sound sarcastic, but in a loving way.
yes. Well, not all the topics we have.
It's fun.
So, but now this episode, we're going to talk about car songs or road trip songs. Because is there a difference? I think there is, because car songs could be songs you listen to, music you listen while you're driving to work or going to the store, compared to, songs you go on long road trips with. I mean, that's my opinion. So I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I think they're both the same.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, it can be for
you listen to different kinds of music when you go on long trips than you do when you go on short trips.
Well, think about it, because we grew up in the age where we had cassettes and 8-tracks, and even going to the CD players in our cars, even the regular radio. So it's like things have changed over the years.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, when cassettes and 8-tracks and CDs were huge, you were finding CDs in like your big giant wallet book to play in the car. I mean, and you would pick, there were certain ones you picked. It wasn't like nowadays where you can get on Pandora or, Spotify or anything like that and just automatically come up with playlists. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
So it's like, things back then, it's like when we would go, we would drive to Texas, and that's a 2-day drive. And I think the total hours, I want to say, is 16 to 18 hours, depending. And I know we always stopped like in Arkansas. The first night I would sit there when I had my cassette player at first, and you listen to cassettes while we were driving. I mean, because there wasn't really much you could do in the car for that. So I don't know how you guys feel about that. That's why I feel it's the difference between road trip songs and just regular car songs. Like I said, nowadays may not be different.
My long life is most of the time when we went on long trips, like for instance, North Carolina, Tennessee, really long trips. I think even Florida once or twice. Mm-hmm. Once you get out of Ohio, which is where we live, and didn't have any familiar stations or anything, I just turned the radio off.
Yeah.
And then we're about putting out, I just wanted quiet since I was driving.
And, and some people like that.
It's been so long, after 2 or 3 hours, like, oh man, I just want quiet.
Yeah. True. Understand. What about you, Tommy K?
I forgot what I was going to say.
That's a first.
You opened by saying there's a difference. Car songs and road trip. Is that what you had said?
Well, I said, is there a difference? Between them.
Just answer the question, yes or no.
In a way, I did.
Getting my law degree for.
Okay.
How was that? Just answer the question. Gary replied, "I think they're both the same," or whatever, and I wanted to go, "High five, Gary," and then I'm like, "Which way is he?"
Take a side.
You're below me on my screen. Again, me and Brian's on top, and you're down below. But I think we're side by side on the final.
Final one, yes.
Then I'll go.
Yeah.
We're side by side on my end.
Listening to you guys talk, you made a lot of great points regarding, what do you do? What do you do? One thing that Gary mentioned shortly ago was reminded me of trips like going through like West Virginia,
Mhm.
the mountain ranges and stuff, where listening to radio stations was like far and few between.
Yeah.
What could you tune in and hold?
Oh yeah.
I love it. Oh man, it's off now.
Yeah.
Because of how FM and blah blah blah. So I think that really, for me, developed into, okay, I got to pick the right songs to put on a cassette to play in the car, especially when going through those areas. And I think for me, it made it really interesting, to find the song that really, quote unquote, drives you, while you're driving, which is fun, I, to this day, will always say, and maybe it's too soon in the program or whatever, but
that's all right.
My all-time favorite road trip or driving song has to be REO Speedwagon, Roll with the Changes.
Yep.
Because I just love the fact that they do guitar solo, drum solo, actually 2 guitar solos, et cetera, and just one of my favorites. Plus, REO was my first concert. So,
that makes sense.
Anyway, but I'll drink my coffee now and sleep.
Okay. Well, kind of piggybacking off of both of you, I know I mentioned about the cassettes, but going from on those long road trips, and when radios became more digital, where you had that little scan feature on there where you can scan stations. I know we did that a lot. When you drive, because it's always funny because it gives you like that 3 to 5 seconds when it hits a station, when it's able to find something, you're like, it's the same thing I want to listen to. No, let's just go to the next one, and just it keeps going. So yeah, I remember those times as well when we had that. We'd sit there because, of course, it was always my sister, myself, and she slept most of the time. I mean, she was the sleeper in the car. I was more the awake one. So I mean, looking out that's one thing I loved about road trips. Is looking at the scenery as you're going. What?
Are we there yet, Dad? Are we there yet?
No, I didn't. I never really said that. I mean,
gotta go pee. That was Brian.
Well, here's the funny things, because I'm that type of person. Is I like to bring whatever I can to keep me occupied. So if you look at my sister's half of the car, because we were in like a Buick LeSabre or something. I mean, it's big, but it's not like, nowadays where you have the minivans and stuff. So you have her side, and she's just got herself. Me, I have like, 2 or 3 bags, and when I started getting my cassettes and stuff, I had my cassette cases and stuff. So I'm like, so my side's like up to here, or like going halfway up the back seat. So I'm like, I have no, I'd have to like stick my feet between my mom's seat and the door just so I could stretch out a little bit. But the one thing I loved about road trips, period, is just the fact that, you could just see all the different scenery. There's so much to see. I mean, we went on trips to out west to Grand Canyon and Yellowstone and all that. And we drove. I mean, we didn't fly at all. Those were road trips. And I just, and one, and I know we're talking about music, and I just went off a complete different tangent. One road trip I would love to go on, one road I would love to go on before it's non-existing, period, is Route 66. I would love to drive down now. I know a lot of it has changed because a lot of stuff is gone. But before it's completely dead, I'd like to at least make that trip just to see what's left.
Where is Route 66?
It starts in Chicago, and I want to say it goes all the way to San Francisco, like to the ocean. I'm thinking, don't quote me on that. I'll have to look it up. The direct route.
Oh, you said don't quote. Sorry. What's the one that goes along the West Coast? Is that Highway 10, Highway 1?
I'm not sure.
Do you know, Gary?
This is Ventura Highway. I don't know.
Okay, where does Ventura Highway run through?
Ventura, probably.
All right.
I was in Ventura Beach when I went to California, so I was probably on the whatever freeway you're talking about.
So, first of all, Route 66 is 2,448 miles. Begins in Chicago, Illinois, and ends at the Santa Monica Pier in California.
Cool.
So, but anyways, I hear the dogs above me. Sorry. Running around. Anyways, so I said.
I wanted to ask you. You said about cassettes and stuff. Did you have the big cassette?
I had like the suitcase.
Briefcases.
Yeah.
Suitcase. Yeah.
And then once CDs came out, I had wallets galore. I think I probably still have them. I think I had like 5 or 6 of those in the car. And it's just like,
gosh.
I mean,
that was more than your suitcase, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, and a lot of times when I would take a suitcase, it would be one of those soft, like almost like a duffel bag practically, would be what I'd have my actual clothes and stuff in. So it's like my music was safer than my clothes.
That was kind of a big target for thieves back in the day. People would see the big cassette cases, or the CD wallets, and break somebody's window in just to get those out. And I know that happened around just this small town quite a few times back in those days.
Well, that's why I always took mine in with me. I just left them in the car when I was in there, but once I came home, they came out because I wasn't. I had too much money invested in my music. I mean,
like I had like 144 cassettes in it, and like cost me like 12 cents, but that's okay because I joined Columbia House.
And what hurt me was when I got older and I started working for Media Play.
Records.
Yeah. When I started working for Media Play and CD Warehouse, my collection just like grew. I mean, I had to build like wood shelves to put all my CDs on. I had so many. I mean, it was in my basement at one of my houses it was like 6 or 7 feet tall and maybe about 4 or 5 feet wide. And it was not completely full, but it was close to it. I mean, that's
carries all them around in their telephone.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. It's like when we were able to go to digital, and I didn't have to take CDs with me anymore. I was like, because I would take like 6 or 7 boxes with me
my God.
I mean, that's why I always, when I made that like questionnaire, I made the questionnaire so I could tell what people, what they listen to. So I wasn't taking everything. I would take only what I thought I needed. So, but anyways, getting back to what we were originally supposed to be talking about here, which is car songs or road trip songs. I do have a couple lists. The first list is car songs and road trip anthems list. And then the other one's the greatest road trip songs of all time. So I'll go through the first one of the car songs and road trip anthems now. What it says here, and I forgot what my source was because I think I just Googled it. The best car songs of all time span decades of rock, pop, and country, featuring iconic driving anthems. Now, these songs are characterized by high-energy themes of freedom and cruising, making them perfect for road trips. So what the list I have, I have a couple here, so I'm going to go down each. The top-rated driving and car songs. Now, they're not in any order. They're just, like bullet point list. Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen. Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. I Get Around by the Beach Boys. Little Red Corvette by Prince. Radar Love by Golden Earring. Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf. Excuse me. On the Road Again. I know. I was On the Road Again by Willie
I've never heard of him.
Yeah. Take It Easy by the Eagles. And Go Little Camaro Go by the Ramones. Now, the next category, classic road trip anthem. I mean, anybody having comments on any of those that I said so far for the top ones?
I think Gary summed it up about the dog.
About the dog.
Steppenwolf.
Yeah. Radar Love, that was one. I listened to a lot in the car.
Yeah.
What was the title of that list?
Top rated driving and car songs.
Okay, I was just curious.
Oh yeah.
I forget now why I was going to say. Oh well, category wise, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you might hear top country road songs versus top rock and roll roads, top 40. You know, that's all. But I agree. Golden Earring was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love that song too.
Lunatic Fringe. That was, to me, was a big one to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Those two, actually, I always like to listen to those when I was driving at night. For some reason, when they come on the radio, it has a different feel, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But next category is classic road trip anthems. Again, not in any order. Get Your Kicks Off, or not off. Get Your Kicks On Route 66 by Nat King Cole. Mustang Sally by Wilson Pickett. Drive My Car by the Beatles. Running on Empty by Jackson Browne. Life is a Highway by Tom Cochrane. That was the last one on that one. Any comments on those?
Yeah, Jackson Browne. That is a good song. Yep. But I saw Jackson Browne live at Riverfront, or what is it down there? Riverbend, and that was like one of the most boring concerts I'd ever been to. Even though I like his music, don't get me wrong, it was not an exciting concert.
Well, I think that's the thing. Some artists they make great songs, but when it comes to live performing, they're not the best.
Yeah,
Boston. It was Boston for me. I love Boston, and saw them in concert. It was like, wow, they're a studio band, in my opinion. I'm not knocking them by any means.
I thought they were good in concert, but that was like when they very first came out, and they played at Vets Memorial.
Yeah.
In Columbus, and it was pretty. I kind of enjoyed that, but they were a studio band. That's probably why they didn't stay together. But for 3 or 4 years. Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next one. High energy driving tunes. Mr. Brightside by the Killers, which a little backstory on the song that cracks me up is this is one of the top, I guess you say top rated wedding songs. Now, if you ever heard the song, it has nothing to do, the concept of it doesn't make really sense why it would go with wedding songs. But anyways, Thunderstruck by AC/DC, Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus, Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue, and Tom should like this. Is he listening?
Yeah.
Red Barchetta by Rush.
Yeah. My very first favorite Rush song, but sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Any comments on that before I move to the next one?
I'm just based on these lists. It's an opinion poll, is what I'm hearing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like Gary even said, I didn't like Boston in concert. He did like. I had a similar situation where I saw REM on their Green tour. Saw them at the Vets in Columbus. Great show. My buddy saw them on the same tour, like a couple months later, up in Toledo, and he said it was the worst show he's ever been to.
Yeah,
just based on whatever criteria. Who knows what's going?
Well, bands have off nights.
Opinion, kind of thing, and so that could be difficult.
Almost all these topics we're doing our opinion.
Yeah.
So people that we kind of
that's your opinion about.
We lean towards rock and roll, kind of, but like people that like lean towards country music would probably be in total disagreement with almost everything we talk about.
True.
Okay, then let's talk about Country Joe and the Fish. Just kidding. Give me an F. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, last one. Again, not in any order. 409 by the Beach Boys. GTO by Ronnie and the Daytonas. Hot Rod Lincoln by Commander Cody. Mercury Blues by Steve Miller Band, which I know other artists have done, but I guess his is the most popular one. and Little Old Lady from Pasadena by Jan and Dean.
It's the little old lady. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But let's see what.
I'll sing it subliminally. They're coming to take you away. Ha ha.
Oh, badly. I got the wrong adjective.
All right, my last one I have, and then we'll go into our.
Wait a minute, Gary. Where are you again?
You just hit both of us, man.
He's just guessing. I'm all the way over on the other side of my screen, so. Technically, when this airs, I believe Tom is in the middle.
Well, he would hit both of us.
So he pretty much hit both of us. All right, the greatest road trip songs of all time. Again, this is opinion, and it's based on data from over 48,000 Spotify playlists and expert rankings from Rolling Stone and Billboard. Now, the essential top 10, and some of these songs we may be repeating too. So these songs consistently appear at the top of both popular and critical lists. And these are actually numbered. So I can go backwards if we need to. Number 10, Sweet Home Alabama by Leonard Skinner. Number 9, Take It Easy by the Eagles. Number 8, Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. Number 7, Highway to Hell by AC/DC. Number 6, On the Road Again by Willie Nelson. Number 5, Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen. Coming in number 4, Mr. Brightside by The Killers. Number 3, Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Number 2, Life is a Highway by Tom Cochrane and Rascal Flatts. Apparently they, since they both did Rascal Flatts covered that song, and number 1, Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf. So a lot of the same songs that were on the other list I gave.
What was the Tom Cochrane? Life is a Highway.
Life is a Highway.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just asking. Did Tom Petty play that as well, or am I thinking wrong? Life is a. No, I'm thinking wrong. Now I sing it. Yeah. Sorry. I mean that. So a few of the songs I'm not overly familiar with.
Yeah.
The Tracy Chapman song, Fast Car.
Yeah.
It's a great song in my opinion. I enjoy it. I like it. I have heard a country cover of it.
It just came out. I think by Luke Combs. I think.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. For me personally, I don't know if I would put that song on that list.
Yeah.
Is it simply because of the title? I don't know.
It could be.
What I think would be a fun thing for society to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whoever supplies the note cards and put down your 5 favorite songs that you would put on a or whatever to drive to.
Yeah. That
to me would be interesting because I don't know. I guess I'm being negative, and I'm not trying to.
No.
There too, it would show the uniqueness of people's music taste.
Well, and again,
that's all.
And I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off. Again, this is based off 48,000 Spotify lists. So it's like these are the most popular ones that are on people's playlists. Now, not necessarily is it what they listen to in the car or on road trips. I mean, it could just be songs that they, because like I said, I mean, Mr. Brightside, I mean, I've listened to in the car many times. I mean, I don't know if I really put it on there as a car song for me.
Running on empty, Forrest Gump ran to it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a road trip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it definitely was. But so next one, classic sing-along and anthems. And this one isn't in any order, so I'm just going to go down the list. Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac. Running Down a Dream by Tom Petty. Is that the one you were thinking of, maybe?
Possibly.
I love that one. I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
Radar Love by Golden Earring. Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Yes.
And
Mamma Mia,
Africa.
Mamma Mia.
Yes. And
Remember,
probably,
I don't mean to interrupt you, but remember Wayne's World when
oh, yes.
they're in the back of the love bug?
Yes.
Let me go. That was a great scene. So,
the last one for that one is Africa by Toto.
Oh, great.
Next list is modern and alternative favorites. Now, some of these we may not know. I'm just putting that out there. Some of we might. I mean, it's I know a few of these on here. Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, Riptide by Vance Joy, The Passenger by Iggy Pop, Stick Season by Noah Kanan, I think, or Kanan. I apologize if I'm saying the name incorrectly. And Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift.
Did you say Iggy Pop was on?
I said Iggy Pop.
Wow, Iggy Pop. Oh, there's some music. Oh. I was thinking of a movie. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Last one I have is the Deep Drive Classic. Excuse me, which I love this first one. Trucking by Grateful Dead. That's a great song to be on the road. Ventura Highway by America. That's another good one too. I love that song. Roadhouse Blues by The Doors and L.A. Woman by The Doors.
Oh yes, that's one of my favorites too.
Yes. So those are what I found on the greatest road trip songs of all time. So my first question, and we kind of talked about this already, which do you prefer more on road trips? And this is road trips, not just what you listen to in the car. Radio, cassette, CD, 8-track, or a streaming app?
Gary, do you want to go?
Well, see, that's changed, of course.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, back in the day, I had made cassettes and stuff like that. So cassettes and 8 tracks was it. Or FM radio was like, you find a QFM like station for me.
Yeah.
And listen to that, or but now it's streaming, and I'm not sure why. I'm sure some people don't like it, but you get to pick whatever you want. If I have Amazon Music, I can just pick a playlist of thousands and thousands of different styles of playlists and just put it on. And generally, the only time that I really do that, because like I said before, if I'm on a long trip, I'd rather just the radio either be turned way down or just off. And it also depends on if there's other people in the car. I'm very careful about, maybe they won't like it, maybe they do. But like, for instance, when I drive down to, sometimes we have some family vacations and we go to Tennessee, I generally ride with my nephew. He's a country music guy. I'm not. I take my headphones and take my telephone and, plug in 70s classic rock or something like that. Yeah. And he can listen to his country music and I'll listen to my classic rock. And so anyway, digital, I guess, the short of it is, right now, it's probably digital. Yeah.
I have to, if I may share comment this is
no, go ahead.
Major squirrel. Gary, when I look at your screenshot of you or whatever, all I could think of is the Queen album. All black into their faces.
I can't do anything about it. I don't like it. But it does look like that.
Gary Mia.
Bohemian Rhapsody video,
Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
Man. I forget what your question was now.
Which do you prefer more on road trips? Radio, cassette, CD, 8-track, or stream? And this is, and truthfully, like Gary said, this is, it's changed over the years.
Yeah.
So, it could, either you can say of all time if you want to, or you can say this is, what I prefer more than anything else.
Okay. Looking back on my own personal, I feel like, putting together a road trip music tape or jam tape, as they may have been called back then, recording onto cassette.
Yep.
To me, it's like an art because you're picking out the songs that this is going to go perfect when I'm on cruise, driving down the highway, blah, blah, blah. On cassette, trying to find the next song or beginning of the next song was difficult as all get out.
Yeah.
Fast forward. Oh, I'm too far into it. Rewind. Oh, I went too far. CD.
You're not doing that while you're driving.
Oh, no, not at all.
You can do that with digital playlist. I mean, you can make your own playlist with your own songs on it too. So,
yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, as far as back then, that was
back then,
CDs was, the start of, being able to skip tracks, or like what you're saying, Gary, picking more precisely, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, just remember when there was some cars that started getting like the multi-disc players, the CD players, like they had.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I mean, actually, that's
disc changer,
yeah. My Highlander has that right now, where it's got a 5-disc player in there.
The 8-track.
Yeah, there you go.
Now the reel is really hard. No, I'm kidding.
So real on the dashboard.
The wheels are what the tape is rolling on. No.
Yes.
Take away the technology or whatever, just to put together an media avenue for your jam songs. That was the art of it, in a way. For me, like picking the right, what's going to go great for driving 3.5, 4 hours on the road.
Yeah. Your ultimate mixtape.
Yeah. Ultimate mix jam number 1. Did you ever title one like that?
And I agree with you on that, because, growing up, I mean, you had those different, we had the cassette era where you created like I just said, your ultimate mixtape for the road, and then CDs came out, and it got to the point where with CDs you could start burning CDs so you could create those as well. I mean, that came out a little bit later on, but and it's like I went back to what I talked about at the beginning about doing these long road trips where we just sit there and listen to the radio and just scan for stations. It brings back memories when it comes down to it. But I mean, preferably, nowadays the streaming app, and truthfully for me, it'd be which streaming app, because, I have Apple Music. I have, if you want to consider Sirius XM a streaming app, a Pandora. So it's like, which do I want to listen to at this particular time? Because it's just like, it can vary, or an audiobook. I mean, it could be Audible, where if I'm especially if I'm by myself, because like when we go as a family, Tanisha will listen to her book in the car while we're driving, and I'll listen to music sometimes. So it's just like, it just depends. So this next question, I guess I could phrase this 2 different ways. I'll phrase it the way I actually wrote it, and I said, if our road trip, I'm guessing if it's all 3 of, if we were in a car together, had a theme song, what would it be? And I love the answer to what I had, the song I had for this, if it was us 3, but I think I would have this as a typical road trip theme song. The song I put down was Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins. So
I'm sorry, I'm not sitting behind either one of you on a motorcycle.
but like I said, the way I worded it is, if our road trip had a theme song, what would it be? So, I mean, you could take it as if the 3 of us were in a car together, or you could take it about this is just your theme song for your road trip. So however you want to answer that, I'm going to leave it up to you guys.
Okay, next episode. I want to sleep on it. No, I'm just kidding. What was the question?
Well, the first song that came to my mind was "They're Coming to Take Me Away." Ha ha.
Napoleon 14.
Napoleon, yes.
But if you want like a real song, maybe Comfortably Numb.
That's not a real song?
No, I said if you want a real song. Well, I mean, They're Coming to Take Me Away. I was talking about, but.
That's what I'm talking about. That's not a real song?
I mean, it is, but I cannot explain what I meant by that.
There's another good song. Remember when I would do that on Facebook? I forget what the exercise was. Song lyrics, though.
Yeah.
And trying to put together where's that story going?
Exactly.
Yeah, some people didn't get that. I mean, they like just went clear on. You're like, no, it's supposed to be making a story here, people, not just putting random lyrics. But yeah,
Oh, that's funny.
But I can't explain. There's a good song too. But
Yep. So you have one Tommy K.
To have one song to describe for us.
I mean, it could either be for us if we're in the car together, or just your road trip theme song. I'm giving you those two options because, like I said, with the way I wrote the question, and now that I'm looking at it, I took it as if we were on a road trip together. But then if you also just want to say, road trip theme song for yourself.
Start the timer. Give me 2 minutes. Just kidding. We should do that.
Yes.
Tom can only talk. While we've been talking, I jotted down 5 songs that, based off the list you're saying, and there's so many more because it's like, I forgot about that one, blah, blah, blah. But LA Woman, Roll with the Changes, We're Not Gonna Take It by The Who, Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve.
Yeah.
And then The Camera Eye by Rush.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10-minute song, one of my favorites. I think it is my favorite, other than Red Barchetta being the. But with what you just asked, and I look at this list, I would say The Camera Eye for me, because when I'm driving, and if I'm in a different state or whatever, out of the norm of my routine, all that stuff. I love nature. I love, it's just like in Forrest Gump when he's running and he's talking with Jenny in the scene where she's like, I wish I was with you. And he goes, but you always were. And then he described, running alongside where you couldn't tell difference between where the mountain started and stopped because of the reflecting. That to me is like a camera eye. Taking nature is what I'm trying to say. Just seeing nature as you're driving is very big for me. And so I think the camera eye is what would best describe for me. Yeah. And stop.
Okay. All right. Well, getting to the next one. What is the ultimate driving song that makes you drive faster? Again, I put Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins. I could also probably put Highway to Hell on here as well, because that's one that kind of puts my foot down a little bit farther on the pedal. But is there an ultimate driving song that makes you drive faster? Or ride faster.
I can't drive 55.
Yeah, I was going to say Gary's in ride faster.
Do you know the B-side flop to that song, Gary? I set the cruise at 55.
I don't have a cruise on my bicycle, though.
Well, let me ask you this, Gary. When you did drive, was there a song that stuck out? Or was it any song?
Slow Ride!
That was a good song, though, but
yeah, it was.
Like almost any song that is like really a driving upbeat. Really driving kind of song. And I listen to Black Sabbath a lot, so and they always had a mixture on all their albums. You'd have just a slow, deliberate song, and then the next song would just be frantic, and so. You slow down with the slow songs and speed up with the fast ones.
Yeah. Unless you have it on cruise and it just stays the same the whole time.
Yeah.
He just reminded me of another one, Gary. One by Metallica.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that song too.
Oh, man. I did it again. Oh. Molly Hatchet, Flirting with Disaster.
Yep.
Uriah Heep. Stealing.
Okay.
That's songs.
That's a little slower song.
No. Easy Living. I'm sorry.
Oh, Easy Living. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
But Stealing's a good song too, though.
Yeah. But to make you, what are you in the mood in? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, some of these are. What's the best song for a night drive? I have In the
Night
Air Tonight.
Moves.
I have In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins, because that song is just. I mean, especially when you're driving at night and those drums hit.
I say Abacab, even another good one.
Oh yeah,
for that.
Yeah,
I think drums. It's on the back of my mind.
How about Highway Star by Deep Purple?
Ooh,
okay, that's a good one.
Thunderstruck. No, I don't know.
I mean, it could be. I mean,
crap. No, I mean, it's starting to rain here. I'm kidding. When it comes to driving at night, does one tend to get sleepy sometimes? Who knows?
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, I fell asleep at the wheel long ago, and so it's kind of dear to my heart, if you will, kind of thing. Sometimes music can be hypnotic when you're driving, which is not a great thing, obviously.
No.
And so I think that's when I really, when I got in that accident, the new car that I had to get only had an AM radio. And that's when I started listening to 700 WLW out of Cincinnati, talk radio. Talk radio is very good as far as stimulating the mind, because it's making you, what they just said, blah, blah, or like listening to a book. Yeah. Kind of thing. I think that's our disclaimer for the show. I don't know where that squirrel's going, but it's back.
Circumstances has a lot to do with, because let's say you got some bad stuff going on in your life, or what have you. You might want to listen to like what you might want to call slower, kind of moody type of music, but if you got some good stuff, or you're heading to someplace you're really excited to get to, then you're wanting to play like some faster, and because that'll get you there faster.
Well, whatever keeps you focused.
Yeah,
but there are some, but getting back to the question, I mean, I was picking songs for, what the best song you prefer for a night drive. If is there a song that comes to mind when you're driving at night, or like I said, in Gary's case, riding at night?
In my age, in the last, I'd say 10 years, it's like I don't like to drive at night anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had to get glasses just for longer distance, et cetera. But they're too we talk about the increase or improvements on technology. Headlights, they're terrible in my opinion. How they're designing it to be blah blah blah, and it's like
they're too bright. Yeah.
I think they about always have been. I mean, if it's coming right towards you, and then back in the day, people would,
and you're like a deer in a headlight.
Yeah.
Well, remember not too long ago, I'm saying maybe 3 years ago, roughly, when they had the snow plows out and, the salt trucks, those lights that they installed, oh my goodness, those were so blinding. Yeah. With the flashers and all that, it's like, holy crap, I just want to get around this guy, so I don't have to look at that, et cetera, et cetera. But that's why I choose.
Headlights.
Well, don't get him started on
is there a song called
fluid and turn signals.
Turn up the squirrel running on the wheel. Make it brighter.
So Doc, do you have did you give your answer on this?
Well, I said Highway Star.
Highway Star, okay. All right. Next one. What is the best song from the 70s, 80s, or 90s to sing or listen to in the car? I put Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
I'm going to go with Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
It's definitely a good one.
I'm going to say Africa by Toto.
And
Okay.
your little dog, too.
Right.
All right. What song reminds you most of a past road trip? I put Only Want to Be With You by Hootie and the Blowfish.
Well, that was a great song, too.
Yes.
The Fly By Night album.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anything off that album reminds me of my senior trip in high school.
Hold on to that thought for the next question too, because you might have the same
That's
answer.
my answer for the same.
Well, you might. I don't know, Gary.
How about Big Old Jet Airliner?
Big Old Jet. Oh, that's a good one. Yes. All right. What album can you listen to from start to finish on a long drive? I got Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. Also, I probably would put the Top Gun soundtrack as well on that because I love that soundtrack. I mean,
it has that song.
It has Danger though, yes. But no, it's one because I love that movie in the 80s. That was a great movie, and I'm
riding on my rollerblades, living on the edge.
But anyways, so if it's not Dark Side of the Moon, it's Top Gun.
Wow. Gary, what'd you say, or have you? I forget.
I haven't said, but you can go ahead if you want. Rush 2112, just in case.
Oh my gosh, I was just going to say that too. Joshua Tree's up there. Quadrophenia by The Who.
Okay.
To me, is like listen over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many different.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
Boston's first LP was good.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, that's a great one.
Hitching a ride.
So,
gonna hitch a ride.
All right. What is your favorite song that features a car or driving? I have Little Red Corvette by Prince.
I can't believe I'm sitting there. Red Barchetta.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to. Gary?
Oh. I was actually thinking you didn't notice.
I thought your screen froze.
Wait, there was white puffy clouds coming on the screen of the black.
I'm just going to say the Beatles, baby. You can drive my car.
Okay. All right. Next one. What song immediately takes you back to driving around with your friends after you first got your driver's license? Mine is Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard.
You want me to go, Gary?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. When I finally got my own car, senior year in high school, driving to school, it was a GMC Spirit.
Okay.
We called it the Red Bar Spirit. Red Barchetta.
Red Barchetta. Okay, makes sense.
And then I went to a Chevette.
Gary?
Okay, Master of Reality, just any song on there, because me and my friend used to drive around when we first got our license, and I had the 8-track of Master of Reality from Black Sabbath, and we just put it in and listened to it all the time because we both loved it.
Okay, final question. If you were in a movie driving a convertible, what song is playing? I have Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf.
One more time.
If you were in a movie driving a convertible, what song is playing?
Go ahead, Gary. What were you saying?
The one that popped right into my mind as soon as you said that was Boys of Summer by Eagles.
Nice.
All I could think about, when after you asked the question the first time, that's why I asked again.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, I think it was in The Firm.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Petty starts playing and Jerry Maguire, I think it was, where he's trying to sing along and, 'cause I'm free falling. Hey, there's a great song to.
That's a good song, yeah.
Yes.
Tom Petty, yeah, that would be something I could listen to from beginning to end. Some of his.
Oh yes, exactly.
Yeah. He was such a great.
I know.
For me,
I love Tom Petty. That's one. I think I've said it before when we were talking about artists and concerts. That he's one that I would love to have seen in concert.
I saw him in Columbus. So Polaris.
L.A. Woman, nice. The Doors.
Okay.
I think
that's a good one
for me.
Nice. Well, so that is.
You know what would happen the director would be like, Tom, you're singing the wrong song.
Well, I didn't say you had to sing it. I'm just saying what song was playing while you're driving. That's like one of the,
Tom,
like
just stop singing.
Like you watch a movie or show and it's just the song is playing while someone is driving. I mean, like when I talk about "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins, the first thing that comes to mind is Miami Vice. When they had 4 minutes, when they drove from wherever they were, just driving the streets of Miami at nighttime, and that song was playing the whole time. That's what reminds me of that song. So it's like, it's just one of those things. I mean, there was no dialogue. It was just, them just sitting in the car, just crocking tubs, just sitting in the car driving. Yes. Question.
Gary, is it just me, but when I look at Brian, all I think of is Danger Zone now.
Oh.
Well, I have that.
I'm teasing you.
I have that effect on people. Yeah. So, anyway, any closing thoughts on our car songs or road trip songs?
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Now I'm gonna download these 6 songs that I wrote for my list.
Yeah, from on yours. All right, not a problem. No, I mean, no. I mean, if we can inspire people to broaden their music horizons and listen to songs and even come, realize that I haven't listened to that song in forever. I need to check it out. I mean, that's what we're here to do.
Isn't that one of the great things about digital? Like I said, I have Amazon Music. You pick a list, whatever, 80s music. You pick that list and then just let it go and start playing. And you're like, man, I haven't heard that song for a long, long time. And the songs that you even forgot about that you even liked from back in then. So that's one of the great things about doing the playlist, the digital thing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they even have like road trip radio, like playlists that you can listen to, so, and it sometimes it'll be compacted into like just rock, classic rock, sometimes it'd be pop, something. And then sometimes you get the one that has everything, which is the ones I like, because that's how I grew up in the 80s, where I was listening to everything.
Or like in Amazon, you can base your playlist on a single artist.
Yeah, a single artist.
And then it plays not just that, not just that artist, but it plays other ones, sounds to that. Yeah.
Yeah, Pandora's like that too.
Back in the college days, I wanted to, broaden my music horizons, if you will. And so I started to. We actually had to go to a music store to look instead of get online to Google.
Get online.
Like punk radio, trying to find more punkish type genre music.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. So anyway, and I don't know if it's even falls within the category, blah blah blah. But during that time frame, I discovered a band called Sig Sputnik, and they were very big.
Heard of them.
They were very big in the UK, and they had this one song. Is it Love Missile, or is that the album title or whatever? But I started playing that. I'm like, whoa, that's on one of my drive tapes, from way back, but a different style. I mean, it's very boom, boom, boom. Hit you heavy with the beats and the lyrics and stuff. And then they do have ballads, a couple ballads on the album.
Yeah.
And then the rest, it was just amazing. When you guys were talking, it just reminded me of that people's choices, it's amazing to hear,
Oh, yeah.
Kind of thing.
Well, as we all say, everybody has different tastes, different opinions when it comes to music. I mean, it's not everybody has the same taste.
And Gary brought up a good point too earlier about, when you're in a certain mood, different kind of mood swings or whatever you want to call it. Music can be so medicinal, so
cathartic.
Well, it's like it's like for me, my medicine with what I've gone through. Humor Even the dumbest jokes I could ever say, it's still part of my medicine. For me.
You tell dumb jokes?
Oh, yeah. In karate class, I do the, okay.
Now you do the dumb jokes or more the dad jokes? Because,
well,
dad jokes are kind of dumb jokes. So.
Yeah, well, I know. That's
true.
what I was getting at. But see, that's why we don't call them dumb jokes. We call them dad jokes.
Okay. Oh, I missed that. Okay.
This fits the dad joke category.
So what's our subject for next week?
We're going to look at soundtracks and various artist albums.
Oh.
Yes, I know.
Oh,
I'll be honest.
He brought that up earlier.
If Danger Zone is in this list next week, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, like I mentioned Top Gun already. I love that soundtrack, but there's other soundtracks that I like as well. But there's also various artist albums that, being a mobile DJ, it's like those come in very handy when I was in my CD era. Those came in very handy because that's less I have to take with me. So yeah, that's but there are some good there's also like various artist series, where there's a bunch of different albums that are named pretty much the same thing that are out there as well. So we'll get into those. But
so with next week's topic, I'll start after we cut off here and start digging through my K-Tel records.
Yeah. I mean, there might be. I mean, there are actually probably some K-Tel titles that aren't that bad, really, when you think about it. I mean, yes, the quality of the liner notes is not the best, but I mean, the CDs weren't, the albums weren't bad. They had the popular songs on them, but it just depends. So,
what was Gary? You said when you could order tapes.
The Columbia House record.
Thank you.
Yes.
For a penny. Get those lists out.
That was a great time right there.
Yeah, it was.
But anyways, so any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
Rock on, rock and roll. No, I don't know.
All right,
I'm good.
That was fun.
All right. Well, until next time, this is B-Dub.
Tommy K.
Dr. Lib.
And you've been watching the We Is Smart podcast. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye.